In what has been a truly historic year so far for the West Perry athletic family, it is now time to spring forward as we start the spring sports season here at West Perry High School for the 2025 Perry County Baseball Championship Tournament. Right here on the West Perry Athletic Power YouTube channel, we have the first semifinal here. The other semifinal taking place in just a couple of minutes over at the our baseball field behind West Perry High School as we are here at the varsity field for the semifinal in a Perry County rematch for the championship a year ago as the West Perry Mustangs take on the defending Perry County champions, the Newport Buffaloes, here on a cold and breezy Saturday morning at West Perry High School. Hello everyone watching on the West Perry Athletic Power YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball. As we are set and ready to go, it's a new season for all four teams here. The Newport Buffaloes, on the other hand, have already got their season started in a big way. The Newport Buffaloes this past Tuesday was at home for their season opener against the Christian School of York in what was a classic to start the 2025 season for the Buffaloes. Newport went toe-to-toe with Christian School of York. It lasted 3.5 hours deep into extra innings. It lasted 12 innings in which the Newport Buffaloes defeated Christian School of York 5-4. And that was a big game for the offense, especially for Zachary Bates. Zachary Bates spent 2 for 3 in the game. Those 2 hits credit as a double and a triple with 4 RBIs, including the game-winner. Zachary Bates scored the game-winning run on a safety squeeze from Jameson Peters. As West Perry and Newport are out for the national anthem, which is going to be through a recording over the loudspeaker behind the dugout. So while that's taking place, we'll take a look at the starting lineups. West Perry having their season opener here today, as they usually do for the Perry County tournament. Last year was a little bit of a different story, as West Perry had a couple of games before the Perry County Championship, both in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division, where West Perry is currently residing in the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. Very tough division for the West Perry Mustangs. West Perry a year ago went 6-13 overall. Now, it's a rare season last year for West Perry baseball, especially under the direction of head coach Chip Stano, who has been the longest head coach in the history of West Perry baseball. But West Perry last year in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division going 2 wins and 11 losses on the year. Newport last year was the only team in Perry County to qualify for the District 3 playoffs. Newport went 14-7 overall, going 11-5 out of Tri-Valley Athletic Association Western Division. The Newport Buffaloes won that Western Division and was qualifying for the Tri-Valley League playoffs. And once again, they were the only District 3 qualifier in Perry County, losing to Kutztown a year ago in the semifinals. Meanwhile, over at on Facebook, on Perry County Talk Sports on Facebook page, if you're looking for the Greenwood versus Susquehanna semifinal, you can catch that game live in just a matter of moments over on Perry County Talk Sports on Facebook page. That would be Greenwood versus Susquehanna. The Greenwood Wildcats had some solid success in recent history for the Greenwood Wildcats, including a state championship game appearance at Penn State in the single-A classification. But Greenwood last year going 6-14 overall, all 6 wins coming in the Tri-Valley Athletic Association Western Division. Susquehanna had a good year, and a lot of fans for Susquehanna felt that Susquehanna should have made it to District 3 playoffs. They missed the playoffs by just 1 spot. The Susquehanna Blackhawks went 13-7 overall and going 12-4 in the Tri-Valley Athletic Association East Division. Susquehanna won that division, they finished second in that division, thus qualifying for the Tri-Valley League playoffs. Susquehanna and Greenwood too. Both those teams missed the District 3 playoffs by just 1 spot in their respective classes. This is a rematch of the Perry County Championship a year ago. Newport beat West Perry 4-0 to win their fourth Perry County Championship in program history. They have won 2 of the last 4 championships. They also won it in 2021. Newport also won in 2005 and in 1992. West Perry leads the Perry County teams with championships, 18 of them all told. Last time they won back to back in 2022 and 2023. Newport once again won in 2021, and then again last year over the West Prairie Mustangs. But there is some good news for the Mustangs. In the history of this tournament, West Prairie has been in the Perry County Championship game every year since 2006. The last time they did not make it to the championship game was in 2005, which was won by the Newport Buffaloes over Susquehanna. Newport looking for back-to-back Perry County championships for the first time in the history of this tournament. This is the 32nd annual Perry County baseball tournament as the West Prairie Mustangs are out on the field, and we'll have the starting lineups here. First for the visiting Newport Buffaloes. Newport is under direction of head coach Steve Siders. Here's starting 9 for the Newport Buffaloes. Leading off will be the catcher, number 9, Jameson Cummins. Batting second is the second baseman, number 13, Chris Imler. Batting third is the shortstop, number 4, Landon Saring. Batting fourth is the third baseman, number 25, Zach Bates. Batting fifth is the starting pitcher for the Buffaloes, number 14, Aiden Banks. Batting sixth is the first baseman, number 1, Kevin Ruggles. Batting seventh is the left fielder, number 12, John Maretsky. Batting 8th is the right fielder, number 11, Landon Sidjic. And batting 9th is the center fielder, right number 2, Jordan Wayant. Substitutions for Newport include number 5, Jameson Peters, number 7, Austin Bolane, and number 21, Keaton Paul. Defensive alignments for the West Prairie Mustangs. The pitcher for West Prairie starting off today wearing pinstripes. That is something new for West Prairie. Marking out the pinstripes this season to start the Perry County tournament. Cole Brown is the starting pitcher. Catching behind the plate is Tanner Sigler. First baseman is Brandon McKeever. Second base is covered by Austin Lyons. The shortstop is Mason Sano. The left fielder is Hunter Johnson, Jordy Ogden out in center, and Kyan Sturm is our right field. And now here we go, the first pitch, and we are officially underway here at West Prairie High School, and this is going to be Jameson Cummins. He swings at the first pitch and is fouled away for strike 1. Perry County baseball underway here at West Prairie High School. King starting a little bit earlier with this. Expect to start at 11 o'clock, but they say, hey, let's go. It's supposed to rain later. And here's a high fly ball. It's going to be in the infield. Mason Stano's calling for it. He takes a step back, and there is out number 1, a P6 for Jameson Cummins. And that is the first out of the inning. Up next here is Chris Imler. Chris Imler, a lot big crowd here this morning for Perry County baseball tournament. A lot of Newport fans making a short trip to be here, and of course the home faithful, the West Prairie Mustangs, coming up strong here today. Here's Chris Imler, the second baseman. He takes a call, strike 1. The umpires for our semifinal here today. Calling up the bases is Charles Kipp, and calling balls and strikes behind the plate is Thomas Daniels. And here's a high fastball, low too high. Imler had to duck out of the way a little bit on that one, and there is ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cole Brown, the next pitch is swung on. There's a high heat there for Cole Brown. Cole Brown doesn't really pitch a whole lot for the West Prairie Mustangs in recent year. Cole Brown, a senior for the Mustangs, getting the start on the mound for the Mustangs here in the semifinals. And here's a swing and a miss for Chris Imler. That is strike 3 swinging, and that is out number 2. So far, so good for the West Prairie Mustangs. I'll pop out to Mason Sano. That is the key player to keep an eye on for the Mustangs. Mason Sano will be laying off in the bottom of the first. And he is going to Millersville University after this season. Here is Landon Saring, and that is in for called strike one. So far, so good for Cole Brown. And this is a Newport team. 5 runs in the extra inning win against Christian School of York this past Tuesday. Newport, the only team in this tournament to have one game in the belts already. And here's strike two. Swing foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes here to Landon Saring. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Cole Brown, and it's a high fastball taken for ball one. That's a good waist pitch right there. That's what Cole Brown is so good at with the waist pitches and try to get the borderline of the strike zone there. But just missing the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away. The count remained at 1-2 strikes. There are a lot of cars here today at West Prairie High School. I think one of them just got hit by that foul ball. Landon Saring landing the 1-2 again. There's a swing on the low curveball. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Cole Brown. We are going into the bottom of the first. The Mustangs going to bat for the first time this season. This is the Perry County Tournament Semifinal. West Prairie versus Newport. Exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Party YouTube channel. Back for the bottom of the first in just a moment. And we are back here for the bottom of the first inning. A 1-2-3 inning. 2 strikeouts for Cole Brown in the top of the first inning. 1 pop out in the infield to Mason Sano. And 2 strikeouts to end the very quick first inning. And so here we go with the starting 9 for the hometown West Prairie Mustangs right here in Elliotsburg in Perry County, Pennsylvania. Here's the starting 9 for the Mustangs under direction of longtime head coach Jeff Sano. Laying off will be Jeff Sano's son at the shortstop position, right number 1, Mason Sano. Batting second is the catcher, number 2, Tanner Sigler. Batting third is the second baseman, number 17, Austin Lyons. Batting fourth is the starting pitcher for West Prairie, number 9, Cole Brown. Batting fifth is the first baseman, number 8, Braden McKeever. Batting sixth is the designated hitter for the Mustangs, number 25, Wyatt Fritz. He is hitting for the left fielder, who is number 6, Hunter Johnson. Batting seventh is the center fielder, number 3, Jordy Ogden. Batting 8th is the third baseman, number 12, Quentin Palm. And batting 9th is the right fielder, number 7, Kyan Sturm. Some few photographers here, mostly for Newport, but I bet one of them is for the Perry County Times newspaper here Newport, and maybe one of the other newspapers from around the area in Perry County. All 4 Perry County baseball teams are here. If you are looking for the Greenwood versus Susquehanna semifinal, that you can catch that game live on Facebook or on the Facebook page known as the Perry County Talk Sports Zone. Look that up on Facebook. My good buddy Nick Miller is over there down the road here behind West Prairie High School, and he is streaming that match just for you guys. If you're interested in looking for Greenwood versus Susquehanna live on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page. Here we go, bottom of the first. First time the Mustangs are coming up to bat this season for 2025, and so thus starts the batting season for the senior Mason Sano, and he takes ball 1 just outside the plate. The defensive alignment for the Newport Buffaloes. Pitching for Newport is number 14, Aiden Banks. Catching behind the plate is Jameson Cummins. The first baseman is Kevin Ruggles. Second baseman is Chris Imler. Third baseman is Zach Bates. The shortstop is Landon Saring, and on the outfield and left is John Mareski. Center field is Jordan Rayant, and right field is Landon Sidchick. 1 ball, 1 strike after that swing and miss, and here's the swing, and that's foul tip into the catcher's glove for strike 2. One ball, two strikes. Mason Sano, great triathlete here. He also plays soccer, also plays basketball, but more known for his baseball skills. And here's a chopper down the first baseline. I'll go foul for keep the count at one ball and two strikes. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in on the West Perry Athletic Park YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball. As we are here on the West Perry Athletic Park YouTube channel, we're now on a Huddle TV system for streaming from West Perry High School this season, but for Perry County fans, we are right here on YouTube. And now here's a high fly ball out to center field, a long run for the center fielder Jordan Wyant, and he makes the catch, and there is the first out of the bottom of the first. So up next here is Tanner Sigler. Tanner Sigler, also a senior for the Mustangs. For the first 3 years in a West Perry uniform, he was used to hitting in the bottom of the lineup, but now here he is batting second. And Tanner Sigler, a catcher this year. The first time this season he's been a catcher for the West Perry Mustangs. And he takes a high fastball for ball one. Tanner Sigler, a solid hitter, no doubt. He takes strike one call, one ball, one strike, according to our home plate umpire. Charles Kipp is the bases umpire. Thomas Daniels is the umpire calling balls and strikes behind the plate. And here's a jumper, and this is going to be snagged on a hop by the first baseman. That is well done by Kevin Ruggles. It's a 3 unassisted for the second out. Tanner Sigler was a solid hitter in the last 3 years at the bottom of the lineup. And not bad contact there for the hit, but right to the first baseman for the second out. So up next here is Austin Lyons, and he takes ball one in the dirt. Austin Lyons, second baseman, also a senior. They have 8 seniors on the West Perry team this year. Here's a rip for Austin Lyons out to right field, and that is the first base hit of the Perry County tournament here at West Perry High School. Austin Lyons rips a 1-0 pitch and hits out to right for a solid single. So that'll bring up Cole Brown. Cole Brown, starting pitcher for the Mustangs. A good top of the first inning for him. 2 strikeouts on a 1-2-3 inning. And here is a slow breaking ball in for call strike one. Aiden Banks, the pitcher, bring the next pitch. Now we're bringing ball just inside for ball one. And there's a throw over, and Lions able to get back in safely. Our game time temperature here at West Perry High School, according to our good friends over the ABC 27 Weather Center, we are currently sitting at 49 degrees. It is a little chilly here. It's amazing that just a couple weeks ago we had 70s in the temperature. There goes Lions. Lions, the big fella, going down and sprinting towards second. A high throw, and Austin Lions is safe at second with stealing base. Austin Lyons does have that speed. Do not be fooled by his size. He is a little bit of a bigger kid, but he can run, that's for sure. It's 2 balls and 1 strikes here to Cole Brown, and there's a swing and foul back for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs with Austin Lyons over at second, and the wind's starting to pick up here. That is nothing new here at West Perry High School when it comes to the spring sports season. It is always windy here whenever we have games, no matter if it's baseball, softball, or track. It is always windy here at West Perry whenever we have games here. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's going to go over the right fielder's head, and this is going to give West Perry the early lead, and Cole Brown can fly. He is on his way to third already, and the throw is wild. This is going to be an inside the park home run. Cole Brown with a laser over the head of right fielder Sidjic. And the Mustangs take an early lead in the bottom of the first, 2-0 inside the park home run for Cole Brown. So now we'll bring up Braden McKeefer now. What a start for Cole Brown. He had 2 strikeouts in the top of the first on the mound, and now a missile over right field and gets the inside the park home run. Braden McKeever now rips one down the left field line, and that is a foul ball. Makes the count 0, no balls and 2 strikes. That hit, by the way, came with 2 strikes, too, on 2 outs. And that was the case for Newport on Tuesday against Christian School York. When they had the safety squeeze on, it came with 2 strikes and 2 outs and resulted in the winning run for the Buffaloes on Tuesday. And now a timeout is called right before Aiden Banks was about to deliver the pitch. What a start for the West Prairie Mustangs early on. Here's the 0-2 pitch and a high ball, and this is going to be way up high in the infield, and it's going to be dropped. Bad communication there for the Newport Buffaloes. That was the first baseman, first baseman Kevin Ruggles going after it, but also going after it was Aiden Banks, Kevin Ruggles, and the catcher Jamison Cummins. No balls, 2 strikes still to the senior Braden McKeefer. Also a triathlete here. He also plays soccer and basketball. On the baseball diamond especially. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are empty here. And it's the 0-2, and this is a high fly ball. This is going to stay out in center field, and the center fielder is going to grab it. That's Jordan Wyant, and that will end the inning. But what a start for the West Prairie Mustangs. Cole Brown, an inside the park 2-run home run for the Mustangs. And we will be back for the second inning. The Mustangs lead at 2-0. You are watching the 2025 Perry County Baseball Tournament Semifinal exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. We'll be back for the second inning. The Mustangs lead 2-0. We are back here now for the second inning. What a start for Cole Brown and the West Prairie Mustangs. Cole Brown, a 1-2-3 inning on the mound with 2 strikeouts. And then Cole Brown getting 2 ribbies on an inside the park home run that was crushed over the right fielder's head. The right fielder for Newport is Landon Sidjic, who is batting 8th in the Newport lineup. About 1-2-3 inning in the first means 4, 5, and 6 here stood up for the Newport Buffaloes. That's the third baseman, number 25, Zach Bates, will come on here to lead off the second inning. Zach Bates was the winning run. He had the big game against Christian School York with 4 RBIs in the 5-4 win. And there's a big swing and miss from Zach Bates. Jamison Peters hit the safety squeeze in the bottom of the 12th inning in a game that lasted 3.5 hours this past Tuesday. Here's a swing and a miss from Zach Bates again. No balls and 2 strikes already. What a solid start for the Mustangs. Looking for a big season, especially with a big group of seniors. Here's the 0-2. Here's the swing, and it's hit hard right to the second baseman, Austin Lyons. Throw first is in time, and there's out number 1. I think this might be a record breaker here for the Perry County Tournament. We have never seen so many photographers right here set up in front of me here. Hey, what can I do? I'm just a commentator. So as you can see, the batter is all good. And speaking of the next batter, here is Aiden Banks, and he takes a call strike 1 down low around the knees. No balls, 1 strike here. Cole Brown, first pitch strikes. Very effective here so far for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch, a check swing here. And looking over to Charles Kipp, and Kipp saying no swing. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, we have a lot of photographers here, I'll tell you what. Here's the next pitch, and that is down low, and Banks out ahead in the count. Here's count 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is just missed for ball 3. And Banks is now 1 pitch away from becoming the first base runner for the Newport Buffaloes tonight. Cole Brown taking his time on this one, takes a deep breath, he fires, and that is going to be ball 4. So Aiden Banks becomes the first base runner for the Newport Buffaloes in this game. 4 straight retired by Cole Brown, and now you got a runner on first with 1 out here in the second. Now bring up Kevin Ruckles, the first baseman, and now throw over. And this is something not new for the West Perry Mustangs. They like to throw over a lot. And so if you're not careful, you will get tagged out. Some raindrops are starting to fall down here. Here's the first pitch to Ruckles. Swings and fouls it back for strike 1. ABC Tri-Center Weather Center was calling for a stray shower. Nothing significant by any means. But it seems like the rain is starting to come down here, and out come the umbrellas. That's why we have this canopy over our heads here to stay dry here, and more importantly, keep the equipment dry. And here's the next pitch, and that is upstairs for ball 1. Could get a little bit interesting here with the rain coming down. It's coming down pretty good, too. Here's the next pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's up in the air, out towards left field. That is Hunter Johnson, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Okay, like that word to move. There's a throw over here to the runner on first, and Banks. That'll bring up John Maretsky. John Maretsky is the left fielder, left fielder. There's the first pitch, and that is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. It's definitely a lot better to have the rain here than compared to last year when we had snow flurries during this tournament. And it came down pretty good, too. We were almost playing snowball a year ago in this tournament, which is a real sport, by the way, in some countries. And here is the call strike 2 to John Maretsky. Yeah, like you ever go to Greenland, they do play baseball in the snow. I think it's their national sport even. It's called snowball. It's baseball in the snow. Here's a swing on a late change up there, and Maretsky goes down and strikes, and that will end the inning. The Buffaloes get one runner on a walk, but no hits so far through 2 innings. We are going to the bottom of the second, still 2-0 for the West Prairie Mustangs. We'll be back for the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second we go here in the semifinal. And we are keeping an eye on the other semifinal that is taking place right now between Susquehanna and Greenwood. They are in the top of the second. And right now, there is no score. Looks like Greenwood is the home team in that semifinal. Again, you can catch that game live on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page. You can also catch the third place consolation game, which will also take place on that Facebook page later on. And so here we go with the Mustangs in the bottom of the second. 6, 7, 8 hitters stood up, and here is the designated hitter for the Mustangs, Wyatt Fritz. Wyatt Fritz, the big fella. He can rip it for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't have the greatest speed on the team, but he knows how to make an impact. And there he takes strike one, down low a bit. And here's the 0-1 pitch, and here's the swing. That is foul tip. And he caught the catcher, Jameson Cummins, behind the plate. It seems to be all right. No balls and 2 strikes. Wind, rain, and clouds. One more getting expected in Pennsylvania. Only in Pennsylvania. And we saw this during the state wrestling championships a couple weeks ago. As we haul up on outbound, there's a swing and miss from Wyatt Fritz. That's the first strikeout here for Newport's Aiden Banks. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. But yeah, like during the state wrestling championships, one night there was some thunderstorms, and then the next day there were snow flurries. Only in Pennsylvania where you go from thunderstorms to snow in 1 day, in 2 days. So here we go with Jordy Ogden. He takes call strike 1. West Prairie, 2 runs on 2 hits. The one hit being the inside the park home run for 2 RBIs for Cole Brown. And here's the swing, and this is a hard out towards the gap. That is going to split the gap, and Jordy Ogden can fly. He is going to reach second easily. He's going to get on with a 1-out double. If only that went a little bit further for Jordy Ogden, that could have easily been a triple or perhaps another inside the park home run. But Jordy Ogden will take a 1-out double. And up next here is Quentin Palm. Quentin Palm, young stuff for the Mustangs. He did a lot of defensive work a year ago, not so much for hitting. But here he is getting the start. And Quentin Palm, the third baseman. Jordy Ogden on second will take a pitch, and it's down low for ball 1. Susquehanna and Greenwood, as we keep mentioning, is over on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page. Nick Miller is streaming that for you guys, or Perry County baseball fans. The winner of that game faces the winner of this game right here at this field on the championship game. And now pitch down low, and Ogden able to sprint for third. And that's going to be considered a stolen base for Jordy Ogden. The ball was down low. It was in for a called strike. Or no, correction, it was called a ball, so it's 2-0. So now Jordy Ogden over at third. And infielders starting to come in a little bit, and here's a swing foul back by Palm for strike one. 2 balls and a strike. And Banks taking his time on this one. And here's a high fly ball. This is not going to be deep enough. It's not going to go past the dirt here at Westbury in the infield. And it's going to be caught by the shortstop. Shortstop is Landon Sering. And there's a big out, number 2. Wind rate is starting to pick up here. And that'll bring up Kyan Sturm. Kyan Sturm here. Getting his first start in the varsity level. And he takes a swing and miss, the number 9 hitter. Takes a hack at it and is in for strike, misses for strike 1. Kyan Sturm landing all 1. And he takes it, and it's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to even the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. We had Jordy Ogden over at third. That was a big problem for the West Prairie Mustangs a year ago, leaving runners in scoring position. And this is their first one here today. And now here's a swing. And Tower got me a tough play. Barry hands it. And that is a mistake for Newport. As there were 2 outs. Aiden Banks had it. He barehands it and throws it to the plate. But there's no force at the plate. And so a run is going to score on that. It's going to be rolled an infield single for Kyan Sturm. And now back to the top of the lineup for Mason Sano. And now throw over to first. Sturm had to dive for it, but he's back in safely. So Mason Sano, top of the lineup here. He flew out to center field his first time up, so he's over 1 in the season so far. And here's a high ball, and that's 1-0. 3-0 here for the Mustangs. Trying to dethrone the defending Perry County champions. And Kyan Sturm is on the move. And here's a high fly ball. And this is going to be trouble here. And it's going to land in fair territory. The wind might have a push to that. As it's out of range of the second baseman. That's Chris Imler. Or correction, that's actually Jameson Peters now at second base. And so that will drop, and that's got to be a single for Sano. And Kyan Sturm stays put at third, and there goes Mason Sano. He's got to have a free stolen base here. This is Tanner Sigler. And he rips one up, goes down the third base line. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Mason Sano is easy to get to score. And Tanner Sigler has a 2-run no, and the Mustangs are piling it on. It is 5-0 for the Mustangs here in the second. So now a pinch runner will come up here for Terrence Ziegler. It's going to be number 10, Gannon Wilson. That'll bring up Austin Lyons. He had a base hit his first time, and here he gets another. That goes down the first base line. Gannon Wilson is hurrying towards the plate, and Austin Lyons is now 2 for 2 with an RBI double for Austin Lyons. And the Mustangs have 4 hits in a row, all on 2 outs. I'll make it 6-0 here for the Mustangs. They're just piling it on here. Now we'll bring up Cole Brown. He had the inside the park home run out towards right field. And the right fielder is out deeper this time. And now here's Cole Brown taking ball 1. Newport fans cheering on Aiden Banks. A big 2-out rally here for the Mustangs in the second inning. Here's Swain. This will go out to left field. Out drop down third baseline for a base hit. Cole Brown is on his way to second. And another run comes to score. It is a touchdown lead. And Mike Hamby is about to fly out of here. As the wind is really pushing, it's an RBI double. And now Newport will call a timeout here. Wind really howling here at Westbury. Nothing out of the ordinary here. As Cole Brown is now 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. So up next here is Braden McKeever, the 9th hitter of the inning for the Mustangs. And all this with 2 outs. Yeah, we do have spikes here. I guess we didn't think of putting that on. And now Braden McKeever hits one out to center field. Out draw for a base hit. And on his horse there is Cole Brown. He will slide into the plate. And the Mustangs keep it going, 8-0. And it's an RBI single for Braden McKeever. And the Mustangs will bat around. So now bring up Wyatt Fritz. An 8-0 score for the Mustangs. 6 runs in the second. All this with 2 outs, ladies and gentlemen. We have a scoring update from the Elverstown File. Susquehanna has just taken a 2-0 lead in the second inning. They are still in the top of the second. So Wyatt Fritz started this inning with a strikeout. There's a high ball. And that's ball 1. Wyatt Fritz designated hitter went down on strikes very quickly to start this inning. And now throw over. McKeever back in safely. It was one of the rare times a year ago that West Perry got shut out in a Perry County tournament game. There goes McKeever. McKeever is diving for a second. He's there for a stolen base. The second inning just wrapped up in a Susquehanna Greenwood semifinal. Susquehanna with 2 runs in the top of the second. Here's a swing and a miss from Fritz. And that makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. There's the 2-1. That's a high fastball for ball 3. Now, for those who don't know the mercy rule, we're not quite there yet, but Westbury is well on their way to doing just that if this score holds up. And here's a high fly ball. This is going to be behind the plate here, and that's going to go foul for a strike 2. It's a full count here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The first time any batter has gone the count full in this game. The Greenwood Wildcats are down 2-0 in the bottom of the second against Susquehanna. And the Greenwood Wildcats have only made the championship game 1 time in the history of this tournament. That was in 2019. And here's a hit for Wyatt Fritz, and the Mustangs keep the 2-out rally going. An RBI single for a DH, Wyatt Fritz. And it's now 9-0 for the Mustangs. Well, an explosive start for the Mustangs. 2 runs in the first, 7 runs in the second. That'll bring up Jordy Ogden. He had a double earlier in this inning. And here he's the swing and a miss from Ogden. Ogden, of course, scored earlier in this second inning. It is a cold, cold Saturday here at Westbury High School. Here's the 0-1, and it's a tapper. Goes foul for strike 2. Gotta find a way to get big out here if you're Aiden Banks. 7 runs on 2 outs. What does this remind you of? I'll tell you about it in the next half inning. And here's the 0-2, and this is popped up, and this will go foul. Count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Banks. And that's up high. Good waist pitch there for Banks. But no doubt he wants to get out of this inning. 7 straight hits for the Mustangs. All with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. Here's the swing. And that is now 8 straight hits down the third base line. And Fritz is hurrying towards third, and glancing on the throw is Ogden. That is 2 doubles for Jordy Ogden in this inning. And now 2 runners in scoring position. So the mercy rule is if you're up by 10 after 5 innings, the game is over. If you're up by 15 after 3 innings, the game is over. And right now the Mustangs are really close to doing just that against the defending Perry County champions. Here comes Quentin Palm. He was the last player to not get on base. Quentin Palm popped out to the shortstop his last time. Here he takes ball 1. 8 straight hits for the Mustangs heading into this at-bat. Quentin Palm was the last to not get on base. Here's a swing and a miss on a pitch down low for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quentin Palm 0 for 1. He was the last out for the Mustangs. Here he has a chance to drive in 2 more with runners in scoring position. And there is a good pitch there from Banks. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of these hits, a few of them, have come with 2 strikes, including the last 2 hits. That has runners in second and third. Here's the 1-2, and here's a swing. This is going to be out in left field, and the inning for Newport will finally come to an end. A good rip there for Quentin Palm, but right to the left fielder, Maretsky. And the inning is over. 7 runs on a bunch of hits in the second, and they're going to the third. It is a 9-0 lead for the Mustangs in the Prairie County Tournament semifinal. We'll be back for the top of the third inning. Top of the third inning we go here at Westbury High School. Missed the first pitch there on that one, but leadoff hitter is Landon Sitchik. He swung at it and fouled away for strike one. And here's ball one. Landon Sitchik, the right fielder. No doubt he wants a home run back because it was the fly ball from Cole Brown that went over the head of Sitchik for an inside the park home run in the first inning. Here he swings and misses. After the next pitch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Have you ever thought of becoming a PIAA official? You ever thought of becoming an umpire for baseball? Now is your opportunity. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official. Again, that's PIAA.org. Next pitch is missed for ball 2. No hit so far for the Buffaloes, but a lot of fun for the Mustangs. Here's the next pitch, and that is swung back. 2 balls and 2 strikes remains. West Perry in the bottom of the second. 7 runs on 9 hits. They left 2 runners in scoring position, but I don't think they'll be too impacted by that. So they have a 9-0 lead here in the semifinal. Winner goes to the Prairie County Championship, where they'll take on either Susquehanna or Greenwood. And here's a slow breaking ball missed, and for the first time today, the Newport Buffaloes have count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2, and here's a chopper down the third baseline. That'll go foul out of reach of the third baseman. That's Quentin Palm. Currently right now in the top of the third inning, Susquehanna has a 2-0 lead over Greenwood. Greenwood, in the history of this tournament, has only been to the Prairie County Championship game 1 time, and that was in 2019. Here's a high fly ball. It's going our way here. Barry McKeever calling for it. He'll take a step back and makes the catch in foul territory for the first out. So up next here is the 9-hole hitter. That is Jordan Wayant. He swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. There's a swing. This has got to get fouled away. It's the concession stand right behind me here. And that is no balls and 2 strikes now to Wayant, the center fielder for the Newport Buffs. There's a slow breaking ball in for called strike 3. And there is out number 2 hanging into the top of the lineup for the Buffaloes. So here comes Jameson Cummins. Started this game on a pop out to Mason Sano. So just a rule of thought here, if the Mustangs keep the score where it is and score 6 runs in the bottom of the third inning, then the game will end on a three inning mercy rule. There's ball 1 to Cummins. And now here's a pitch to Dirk. Gets off by Tanner Sickler for ball 2. Comes to 2-0. Good Harris count here for Cummins. He hits one high and deep. Let's go out to right field. And last second snag there by Kyan Sturm. And he makes the grab. What a great play there. And that will be a 1-2-3 inning in the third. Still no hits for the Newport Buffaloes. A great play by Kyan Sturm. And we are going into the bottom third. The Mustangs can win it with 6 runs in the third. We'll be back for the bottom third. This is the Perry County Tournament Semifinal. Exclusively on the West Bay Athletic Party YouTube channel. Back in just a second for the bottom of the third. West Bay leads 9-0. We are back here for the bottom of the third. The West Bay Mustangs up 9-0 here. And if West Bay can duplicate what they did in the second inning by scoring 6 runs in this inning, then the game will end on a 15-0 mercy rule for 3 innings. Even if they don't get the 6 runs here in this inning, which is probable, not impossible, even if they don't get it, they can still win by mercy rule in 5 innings. Or they can get 6 runs in the next 2 innings, and then again it would be over in 4 innings. But we'll see what the Mustangs can do. It is 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for the West Prairie team. As Kyan Sturm made a spectacular catch, had to take a step back and reach it over a bit, almost like a behind the back catch on right field to end the top of third. And here he is leading off in the bottom of the third. Kyan Sturm had an RBI single in his first at-bat of the season. And here's a high fastball going towards the backstop. And we have a new pitcher, just noticed that, here for Newport. This is Chris Imler. So Chris Imler now is pitching for the Buffaloes. Here's the next pitch. That's up high for ball 2. And here is a strike there for Sturm. 2 balls and 1 strike. And that pitch misses for ball 3. Wind starting to pick up here once again. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Imler. And that misses for ball 4. So that's a good start here for the Mustangs as Kyan Sturm, the right fielder, reaches first on a leadoff walk. Now brings us back to the top of the lineup for Mason Sano. 2 at-bats already. He's 1 for 2, flew out in the first center field, had a single in the second. Throw to Sturm, and back in time. Susquehanna has the bases loaded right now in the third with only 1 out. Susquehanna has a 2-0 lead at the moment. And there's ball 1 here to Mason Sano. And Greenwood actually just got out of a bases loaded jam with a double play, it looks like. Our throw to Sturm back in safely. There's the next pitch. That's outside of Sano for ball 2. Mason Sano, I mean, this kid right here, 18 years old. He is a senior. Going to Millersville University. I've known this kid for a long time. Back when I was in school here at Westbury, he was a manager. Low manager for Westbury Baseball when I was on a team here, class of 2012. But he ain't that little kid no more, that's for sure. Just a great kid right here. Mason Sano, the son of head coach for Westbury, Jeff Sano. Millersville University commit. And there is strike 1 on 3-0 count. 3-1 now. Here's the 3-1, and Sturm is on his way to second, and he'll get the second easily on a stolen base. And, well, it doesn't matter actually because it was ball 4. So now a stolen base. And Sano will draw the walk, back-to-back walks here for Chris Imler to the first 2 batters he sees here today. And that'll bring on Tanner Sigler, who takes strike 1. Tanner Sigler, great athlete here, also plays soccer. He's a wrestler here at Westbury. What a season it was for the Westbury wrestling team this past season. Just a couple of days ago, we had the celebration at the high school gym for our state qualifiers, and of course they include Jackson Rush, a senior. All 3 of them being seniors, actually. Jackson Rush, Tucker Saito, who's going to be wrestling at Messiah University, and of course Tyler Morrison, the first ever PIAA state champion in the history of Westbury wrestling. He's also the first individual champion in any sport here at Westbury High School. And both runners are going here, and Sturm is going to be tagged out easily, trying to steal third. Sano will have a stolen base at second, but Sturm is tagged up, picked off at third for the first out. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike here to Tanner Sigler. Here's the next pitch. Here's the rip and down for baseline, foul. Not by much, just barely foul. So Greenwood was able to get out of a bases loaded jam in the top of the second. They are batting right now in the bottom of the third. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Tanner Sigler. Sigler weighing the 2-2 pitch from Imler. Here it is, and it's in the dirt, and it's blocked by the catcher Cummins. And it's a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mason Sano over at second with 1 out here and a full count. And we're in danger of walking 3 straight batters to start this inning. Here comes the 3-2, and that ends up hitting Sigler in the helmet. Doesn't seem to be bothered by it whatsoever. It's a hit by pitch. And one of the players just say, that's why we like it, right on the dome, and just keep on walking. Now bring in a pinch runner here. That's once again going to be Gannon Wilson for the West Prairie catcher. Now bring up Austin Lyons. Good start to the season for him. 2 for 2, a single and a double with an RBI. An RBI double his last time up in the second. And here is ball 1. West Prairie so far, 9 runs on 11 hits, no errors, leaving 2 runners on base. 2 runners here in first and second. Check swing and dangerously close up high, but it's up for 2-0. Good take there for the second baseman, Austin Lyons. Step off here. All right, the Mustangs can win this game in this inning if they score 6 runs. And now here's the next pitch. That's down low for ball 3. 3-0. Now remember, in the second inning, West Prairie scored 7 runs, all on 2 outs. So here we go. 3-0 now. And that's down low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Austin Lyons. And the bases are now loaded here. With only 1 out. Hey, Greenwood just got a base load situation in the last half inning in their game. So the head coach for Newport, Steve Sider, is going up to talk. Bases are loaded here, full Mustangs, with only 1 out. And the winning run is on deck. Home plate umpire Thomas Daniels. And it looks like they're going to bring in a new pitcher here for Newport. It's going to be number 5 for Buffalo. So that's Jameson Peters. What a tough spot to be in. Bases loaded, 1 out. We're going to take a quick break for this pitching change. We'll be right back. Mustangs have the bases loaded with only 1 out, up by 9. We are back here to resume action in the bottom of the third. And the bases are loaded for the Mustangs. New pitcher is Jamison Peters. And here is Cole Brown. He has been a tough out. And here's a swing and foul back for strike one. Cole Brown, a big day on the mound, a big day at the plate. 2 for 2. An inside the park home run in the first. An RBI double in the second. 2 hits, a double, a home run, 3 RBIs in this game. And Brown, with the bases loaded, will take the next pitch as in for a call, strike 2. Jamison Peters, the new pitcher for the Buffaloes. Bases are loaded with only 1 out here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that misses, not just barely. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 8 seniors for the West Prairie Mustangs this year. Wyatt Fritz, Mason Stano, Cole Brown, Brady McKeever, Jordan Ogden, Austin Lyons, Terrence Sigler, and Hunter Johnson. And here's a swing and a high fly ball. This could be trouble here. And it's off the glove and dropped. They're going to throw it over to second. So that'll give 1 out there. And that's going to result in an E4. Or no, it's going to result in a fielder's choice. Austin Lyons will go out at second. That's the second out, but another run does come across the score. And again, Wilson goes over to second. It is now 10-0 here for the Mustangs. So saving the error there on the out at second made it very easy for him. But here comes Brandon McKeever. And McKeever hits one. It's going to be a tough play, and a flip over and out at third on a bang-bang play, and that will end the inning. Especially it's a 3-1 for the third out. 1 more run comes across the score, however, and that makes it 10-0 heading into the 4th inning. We'll be back for the 4th inning of this one. This is the Perry County Tournament Semifinal, West Prairie versus Newport, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll be back for the 4th inning. The Mustangs now lead 10-0. Alright, we finally got the camp. He spiked down, so sorry about the delay there, but we are back here, and here's a 2-2 pitch, and this is going to be up high and caught by Cole Brown. That was Chris Imler. And that is the first out of the fourth inning here, 10-0. Susquehanna needs Greenwood 2-0 in the other semifinal. Right now it's going to go for West Prairie for Susquehanna in the championship. And now here's a high fastball to Landon Saring for ball one. Cole Brown out himself a game. Newport still doesn't have a hit yet in this game. And now here's a rip and a hopper over to Mason Sal. Throw to first to McKeever as well in time. And there's a quick out number two. That's only the second ground ball off a Newport bat in this game. That'll bring up Zach Bates. Zach Bates had the first ground out of the game for Newport. A 4-3 putout. And to lead off the second, here he has two outs, and the base is empty. And he rips one high up and deep out towards center field, reaching back and make a last second grab. There is Jordy Ogden. And that is another quick 1-2-3 inning. 8 straight retired by Cole Brown and the Mustangs. And they are going into the bottom of the fourth. Mustangs can win with 5 runs in the fourth. And we'll see if they can do it. Bottom of the fourth coming up here in the Perry County Tournament semifinal. West Prairie still leads 10-0. Bottom of the fourth inning we go. The Mustangs up by 10. Now they don't necessarily have to get 5 runs here in this inning to win the game. They can keep the score where it is, or perhaps get a couple more runs. But in case they don't get the 15-0 mercy rule, then they only need 3 outs in the fifth to win the semifinal. And so here we go with Wyatt Fritz. He had 2 at-bats in the second inning. Started the inning with a strikeout. And had an RBI single later on in the same inning. So he's 1 for 2 so far. And here's a high slider looked like from Jamison Peters. Final line score for Newport's Aiden Banks, 2 innings, facing 17 batters, 1 strikeout. Didn't walk anybody, but gave up 11 hits, and all 9 runs were earned for Aiden Banks. Chris Emler facing 4 batters for 1 out, no strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up 1 run. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fritz. He rips one down third base line. Got to be a tough play and a high throw, but able to stack it is The first baseman, Kevin Ruggles, nice play there for Zach Bates at third. And there's the first out of the inning. Now bring up Jordy Ogden. 2 doubles for him so far in this game. There's the first pitch. And that's down low for strike one. Jordy Ogden, great young man here at Westbury. Up by 10 against the defending Perry County champions. Newport defeated the Mustangs 4-0 last year in the Perry County Championship. And the Mustangs are pretty much just 3 outs away from advancing to the championship game. There's a high ball, and that's ball one. For Westbury, they scored 1 run in the third on no hits, leaving 2 runners stranded on base. Here's a pitch down low to Ogden for ball 2. Susquehanna just extended their lead in the 4th inning against Greenwood. That's a 3-0 lead right now for Susquehanna. Winner of that game faces most likely the West Philly Mustangs. But we have seen crazy comebacks before, especially in 2021 in the Perry County tournament. That's ball 3, 3-1 to Ogden. When West Perry was down 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning against Newport in the championship game in what was one of the wild finishes we have ever seen in the history of this tournament, where West Perry scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win the Perry County Championship over the Newport Buffaloes. Can Newport Buffaloes try to do the same thing here? But they have a long way to go, and that's not going to help the cause, as Jordy Ogden has ball 4 on 1 out. Now I'll bring up Quentin Palm. 0 for 2 so far. He is the only West Perry player to not get on base so far in this game. Him and Wyatt Fritz are the only players to not score in this game either. And there is ball 1. Quentin Palm, a junior for the Mustangs. Nice breezy day here at Westbury High School. Game time temperature is sitting pretty at 51 degrees right now. Hey, a lot better than last year. I mean, last year we had snow flurries here in this championship tournament, and it was coming down pretty good. There's ball 2 here to Quentin Palm. Newport with 1 game under their belt already. A thriller 5-4 victory against the Christian School of York this past Tuesday. That went 3.5 hours. And this pitch gets away, goes off the glove of the catcher Cummins. And on a wild pitch, Jordy Ogden's got to go to second. And that is 3-0 now to Palm. Susquehanna has a runner on third right now with a 3-0 lead over Greenwood. Here's the 3-0, and that is a 4-pitch walk to Quentin Palm. He gets on base for the first time on a 4-pitch walk. And with 1 out, there are runners on first and second. Now I'll bring up Kyan Sturm. Kyan Sturm has had himself a good day in the outfield. Sturm had a spectacular catch to end the second inning. He's doing pretty good to plate too. He walked his last time up, but he had an RBI single in the second inning. Just like so many others have an RBI so far in this game for the Mustangs. Here he has a chance for another one with a runner in scoring position, and that ball ends up hitting Sturm. And for the second time in this game, the bases are going to be loaded for the Mustangs. Definitely not intentional hitting Sturm on the first pitch, because you do not want to have the bases loaded. And once again, the winning run is going to be on deck. But here comes Mason Sano at the top of the lineup. The senior had himself a good start. 1 for 2. He scored twice in this game. He's walked his last time up. Here he has the bases loaded for a chance at the first RBI in the game. And here's a long strike for strike one. Westbury hasn't had a hit so far in the last 2 innings. But they got 10 runs to show for it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's down on the dirt. Good stop there by Cummins. Once again, if you're looking for the Greenwood versus Susquehanna game, that game is being streamed live on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page. The championship game will be streamed right here on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel following this game at approximately 1:30 or so, usually around 2 o'clock, but we'll see. We'll keep you updated on Facebook as well. And now here is ball 2 to Sano. Mason Sano committed to play baseball at Millersville University. A great program there in Division II level in the NCAA. There's the next pitch. This is hit high, and this is going to get further back and back and back, and it tops the wall. This is going to be a bases clearing triple potentially for Sano. He will stop at third, and 3 runs come across the score on a bases loaded clearing triple, and Sano makes a 13-zip for the Mustangs. What a rip. Not a chance for the right fielder, Sitchik, to get that one. That ball just kept carrying, and 1 hops off the wall, off the fence here at Westbury. Just utter domination for the Mustangs. 3 runs on that triple. Here comes Tanner Sigler. Tanner Sigler off to a good start. A 2-run double in the 2nd inning. He was hit by a pitch this last time on a full count. Here's strike 1 to Tanner. Here comes the next pitch. And Tanner Sigler pops one up, and this is going to fall. Going past the shortstop, Landon Sering, and another run will come across the score, and now the winning run is at first base. The entire West Prairie offense is just on fire right now. I mean, in the 2nd inning, they scored 7 runs in the 2nd inning, all with 2 outs. And now here we go with Austin Lyons with a potential to win it for the Mustangs and dethrone the defending Perry County champions. So here we go, Austin Lyons. 2 for 2 so far. He walked his last time up on 4 pitches. But he has a single and a double so far to his line score. He fouls off the first pitch. Austin Lyons, brothers with Eli Lyons, also on the West Prairie team. Okay, here's the swing, and this is a chopper. It's going to be a tough play, and not a tough play whatsoever for the first baseman. That's Kevin Ruggles, and that's out number 2. Again, Wilson pitch running for Terrence there, goes over to second. So now with 2 outs, here comes Cole Brown. He had the bases loaded opportunity last time. It was dropped by the second baseman, but resulted in a fielder's choice after the throw to second was well in time. But now Terrence Sigler with Cole Brown. Cole Brown with 3 RBIs already. And he takes strike 1. And here's the next pitch. A nice breaking ball for him for strike 2. The winning run is at second base. The Mustangs can win it on a mercy rule for 15. And here is pitch down the dirt for ball one. Cole Brown, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 outs here. And here's some pitch up high for ball 2. 2 outs. Winning run on second. Cole Brown with a chance to be the hero. And here's a rip, a line drive, and that is over the center field's head, and that is going to do it. Cole Brown with the RBI double, and the Mustangs are going back to the Perry County Championship. Perry County Championship game for the 18th consecutive year. Cole Brown, our player of the game. And we are keeping a close eye for you. The other semifinal where Susquehanna currently has a 3-0 lead over Greenwood in the bottom of the 4th inning. So that game might take a little bit of time. But you can tune in right here on the West Perry Athletic Party YouTube channel for the Perry County Championship game. And if that score holds up in the other semifinal, it'll be West Perry versus Susquehanna. But a lot can still change on that other semifinal. So we'll see. Greenwood trying to make it to the championship game for just the 2nd time in program history. But they got some work to do against Susquehanna Blackhawks. But right now, the Mustangs have time to relax as they get a 15-0 mercy roll victory through 4 innings. And that's going to do for us here for now on the West Perry Athletic Party YouTube channel. Stick around right here for the Perry County Baseball Championship game, West Perry versus either Greenwood or Susquehanna. We'll let you know. You can catch that hour semifinal right now on the Perry County Talk Sports Zone Facebook page, happening as we speak, with Susquehanna having a 3-0 lead. Until then, I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of Perry County Baseball, saying so long for now on the West Perry Athletic Party YouTube channel. This has been a presentation of the Perry County Tournament semifinal, West Perry versus Newport. Your winners in this one in 4 innings. The Mustangs win 15-0. We'll see you soon for the Perry County Championship game right here at West Perry High School.